Of course, Kindra Caitlyn banned away. Nunu first ban by WhiteLotus. No more of your cheese, Carvin.
He knew what was coming. He absolutely knew that that was going to be a factor. I'm waiting for somebody to pick up the AD Anivia. You've been talking about the LeBlanc, the Orianna, Anivia with the Rebirth passive AD. It's so strong, so disgusting. She just then keeps farming. I actually believe I saw Crepo beat Pulse with it in an office 1 versus 1. Very, very strong. Nobody's picked it up yet.
Well,
I'm a little disappointed.
Misfortune there as well. With LeBlanc banned away by WhiteLotus. So Carbon's ban's completed, and WhiteLotus has one more left. Seen a lot of AD carries banned, understandably, especially given how many AD carry players are left in the tournament, but it will be Annie coming in again. And Carbon, he was also known for his Nunu. This is the other champion he's known for, and look at that smile.
WhiteLotus has played Draven in the past, and Draven is such a strong menace in the 1v1.
Oh!
Whoa!
He is going to go for the Teemo.
Well, this didn't work out so well the last time we saw Teemo. I mean, one of the problems is if you go AP, yes, you'll get the burst off the Q, but the actual consistent damage really suffers from it. Yamato, you being a big proponent, the Doran's Ring is not the way to go on Snowdown Showdown.
It's just on some champions, like on Cassiopeia it makes sense. The
Sure.
mana region helps you out, but if it's all about the all-in and it's all about the push, go for the Doran's Blade. And I remember the last time we saw the Teemo, it made a lot of sense, but in-game, it was very, very weak.
Well, we did see WhiteLotus kind of flick through Harmoninger, which would have been probably not very good for Teemo with the Yordle battle, but Kalista instead actually could be okay here, depending on how Carbon wants to play their Teemo. You kind of get the theory in your head. Teemo versus an AD carry feels like it should be good on paper, but hard to say exactly how it's going to work out.
I feel like there's two kind of things that kind of decide these 1v1 matchups. Mechanical skill and the thing we like to call mind games. In this particular game, he's playing against an AD carry. Why not just pick the Teemo, you have the blind, you can almost guarantee that WhiteLotus is going to pick an AD carry.
Yep, absolutely, and he has gone with Kalista, who's been a surprisingly popular pick actually in the AD carry role. Draven was available, he thought about it, but he went with Kalista instead. And it's so weird to see Kalista in a 1 versus 1 when literally 2 of her abilities don't do anything without a second person, but the Kalista players, especially G4, actually have made it work.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, the mobility, the ability to jump backwards. She has a lot of damage in her kit, and you can't really overlook the rend. As soon as you trade for more than a couple of seconds, Kalista just ends up taking over. I did take a look at Carbon's Runes of Masteries.
What are we in for?
He's got a good amount of AP with some AD and attack speed, going pretty much hybrid Teemo right here. So, and a fair amount of sustain. Grasp of the Undying, I believe, is his keystone mastery.
And that mastery has been very popular on this map, I have to say. I think I've seen more Grasp of the Undying champions than I ever thought I would in a 1v1.
I loved also the choice of flat health masteries on both sides here because they are so cost efficient in the early game because sure, armor helps out, but like, unless you have higher amounts of armor, it doesn't really make a difference.
And again, these games do not last particularly long. I think the longest one we had was around the 11 or 12 minute mark, and that was, I think, the 100 CS game we went to. So, yeah, generally pretty short. Carmen got a record kill, I believe, yesterday on Nunu, slaying Carmen in about 1:30. So we'll see just how quickly this game will be. As you can see, Carmen is hanging out in stealth on the Teemo. See what these players want to do as the waves start to crash into each other.
And that's another thing, is like Kalista, 2 abilities that you can't use. Carbon at the beginning of the game has his passive as well. He can just sit around wherever he wants as long as he's first out, not in vision. But in early trades right now, WhiteLotus did already clip him, and it is pushing the wave a little already. You can see the Rend comes out, gives him the advantage, looks for that extra experience for level 2.
Very important that Carbon watches out, like for the stacks of Rend on the minions as well, because what WhiteLotus wants to do is hit Rends on Carbon while he finishes a minion. So he gets back the mana, gets back the cooldown as well.
Of course, can get all those spears in as well, potentially, so Carbon has to be careful, especially at level 2. Pierce combos can start to come out also. But Carbon going to be level 2 relatively soon.
First CS.
I don't think Carbon's winning this one on CS. I'm going to put... In fact, I don't think Carbon will win any 1v1 on CS. No. The curse of the junglers.
Oh dear. At this point, I'm wondering, how long does this game go for Carbon? Does he wait till past 6 and just try and trap up the bushes?
Whoa! Let's get the blind. Bit of damage there as well. Again, you can see their theory here. Carbon's Teemo does stack up well in small cooldown windows against Kalista.
Something that we've seen with a lot of jungle players in this 1v1 tournament is the fact that their wave control is very, very poor.
This could be on Nick. WhiteLotus going to go in for it. All the summoner spells are down. Grasping and Dying does trigger. Rend is there. Needs to move in for it. Gets the pierce. Massive Rend. Takes a tower shot. And there's the health relic. Carbon actually might be able to go in for this. Needs the blind. Does get it. Damage is good. don't think he was in range.
Oh.
Carbon again. Almost does it.
Nearly, but he's still got the Ignite. He's still got the Ignite, has Grasp of the Undying, and has the Masteries for extra Spell Vamp and Lifesteal. So give him a little time here, and Carbon may be okay. Cannot really afford. Watch for the Q.
WhiteLotus very cleverly used vision there. And Carbon is going to be forced back. He had a good window there to try and win, but WhiteLotus, too much health now, level 4 as well. Carbon is going to have to make a recall. Boots, nope, solves them. There we go, long still.
Even though we see that the window of opportunity for Timo here is the fact that he has the Ignite, but WhiteLotus has so much more gold than he has, so as soon as he faces here, he's going to have a bunch of items.
Going to get a recall in now as well. Shoves that wave into turret. 25 to 5 CS for the record. That's pretty far out of Carbon's reach at this point. He's going to be looking for some sort of all-in. Does have 2 points in Toxic Shot. So he's going to be looking for maximum damage. I don't know if there's a level 6 spike for Timo. Maybe Carbon's going to try and wait in the next few levels to try and kill WhiteLotus.
Well, I mean, the level 6 now, it looks towards what Carbon wants to do is, does he trap up the bushes? And to that effect, does WhiteLotus look to change up his trinket? I believe sweepers are available at this point, so if you can just sweeper, yes, you give up brush control. Maybe that's where you start using the sentinels. Sentinel the brush, sweeper out the Timo mushrooms.
Carbon actually doesn't get rendered there. This might be it again. Does have the Ignite ready to go. Carbon taking a few too many spears. Rend does get used, but the relic's there for WhiteLotus.
He knows. He knows. They both know.
Level 5, so actually a good spike here. Binding Ducker coming. Carbon needs to go in for, but he's not in the Ignite range. Just pop it down. Is it going to be enough to damage WhiteLotus? He's so low. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness!
The Ada Pierce. 15 health.
And a turret shot.
The one-man spear comes in to decimate Carbon.
Carbon's cheese almost pulls it out again. You can see WhiteLotus, the players shake hands, having a bit of a giggle. Carbon, he knows what he's done. It's so close.
I think he should be proud of that.
I think so
it was
too.
a stellar performance. I expected less, if I'm going to be honest, because Nunu doesn't really require a lot, but the Timo, he played it out correct, had that window of